In this video, I go hands-on with the VOCOLINC PureFlow Smart Air Purifier. And one of the things that makes it stand out for Apple users is its HomeKit compatibility, which means you can control it with a home app, with Siri, with automations, etc. How's it going, ladies and gents, boys and girls? Jeff Benjamin with 9 to 5 Mac. This is the VOCOLINC PureFlow, and as you can see, this is an air purifier for your home that uses a pair of composite filters, which includes a pre-filter, a HEPA filter, and a carbon filter to help keep the air inside your home smelling fresh and clean. So right on front of the PureFlow, you have a very large LCD that gives you the status of the PureFlow and how much particle pollution you currently have in your room. Now, all the buttons on top are touch sensitive, and once you turn it on, you can start to feel the air coming through the exhaust port. So right on top, you have the auto button, which will make it so it automatically adjusts fan speed depending on the readings from the air quality sensors. So if it notices there's bad air, it's going to automatically speed up that fan for you. Now, you also have the ability to switch between Celsius and Fahrenheit. You also have a manual fan speed adjustment, so if you press that, you can alternate between 5 levels of fan speed, and at the highest level it is very, very loud, but at the lower levels, which most of the time this device will be running at those lower levels, it's actually fairly quiet. And in a few, I'll let you hear the recording of the various fan speeds so you can kind of judge for yourself. And there's also a sleep mode option that will keep the fan speed in silent speed mode, so it's extremely quiet, but it's still working to enhance the air quality in your living space. Speaking of air quality, you'll see a filter reset button that you can use once it's time to replace your filters. I've been using the PureFlow for probably 6 months or so, and I've been surprised at how long these filters last. So we'll talk about that as well. And then there's a sleep mode option and a lock switch that will prevent children, for instance, from pressing any buttons. It'll lock them out unless they hold the lock button for 3 seconds. So on front, you have an LED bar that changes colors based on the air quality. So green is excellent, lime green is good, yellow is fair, orange is inferior, and of course red is poor. You also have your filter life level based on 5 different levels. So you can see I still have all 5 of my levels. I guess when I get below 80%, that first filter will drop off, and then it will just keep going down as the filter life degrades. So you can see I have that Wi-Fi connection, and there's also auto mode enabled. And as you can see here, I can turn auto mode off or turn it back on, and you can see it updates immediately. I can also switch between Celsius and Fahrenheit, as we showed you earlier. Turn the auto mode back on there, and we're going to keep it at Fahrenheit. So you can also adjust the fan speed. Now listen. When you get up to level 5, which is turbo mode, that indicates that your air quality is really poor. So those fans are working overtime to try to clean your air and get rid of those particulates. And like I said, the PureFlow uses a pair of composite filters. And these consist of a pre-filter plus a HEPA filter plus a carbon filter. These 3 work together. They're basically all just one unit, and there's one on each side. And these little doors open up here and they attach magnetically, so it's actually really easy to get those off. You can see the magnets on each removable door. And as you can see, they also will just kind of sit there in place when you have them open if you want to check the status of your filters by looking at them. Now, don't be disgusted. This has been running for several months, and I'm just really impressed by how well these filters keep the interior of the PureFlow nice and clean. Obviously, I have a lot of dust there. Here's the carbon filter with the HEPA filter right behind it, wedged between the pre-filter. Like I said, there's one on each side. So the pre-filter helps eliminate pet dander, pollen, allergens. The true HEPA filter helps eliminate particulate matter, smoke, bacteria. And then finally, that carbon filter helps to eliminate other things like odors, for instance. So VOCOLINC says this thing can purify a room up to 645 square feet. And here is the air quality sensor on the rear, which helps detect pollution, and when the unit is in auto mode, it will automatically kick on to the desired level, or to the necessary level, I should say, to clean the air. Now, VOCOLINC claims that this thing will remove up to 99.97% of gases and particles down to 0.3 microns, which is smaller than a human hair, of course, and smaller than the eye can see. And I'll just say that I'm not an expert at air purifiers and how they work. I don't test them out on a regular basis. But I will say that this thing does make the air smell better. And it seems to do a pretty good job of eliminating particle pollution, as you're going to see in this demo. So the smoke from the match is right by the air quality sensor. The PureFlow reacts immediately. You can see the particulate matter and the volume of that rising quickly, and it will start dropping just as quick as this purifier goes to work. You can see the fan speed obviously ramped up there. We were in the red mode for a while, and now we're all the way back to green that quickly. So it does a pretty good job. And yes, there's still some lingering smoke smell, but allowing it to run for a few more minutes will alleviate the rest of that smell. And the cool thing about this, and what really makes it stand out, is the fact that you can control it using the Home app. And of course, you can control it using Siri as well. And right from the Home app, you can switch between manual and auto mode. You can also enable the child lock if you want to. You can check the filter condition. You can see I'm at 83 filter life, which is why I have those 5 bars. Once it drops below 80, I presume I'm only going to have 4 bars for my filter. You also have temperature sensors, a humidity sensor, you have the air quality sensor, so you can see the particulate matter density right there on the screen in real time. And you can add triggers throughout the rest of your home based on the air quality. So you can actually trigger other HomeKit accessories when air quality drops below a certain level or rises above a certain level, which is extremely cool. And that's what makes the PureFlow really stand out among other air purifiers that may work as well as far as cleaning the air is concerned, but they don't have the awesome HomeKit functionality. VOCOlinc does have their own app. You can use that as well, but it's pretty badly designed. But that being said, it is the only way apparently that you can adjust the LCD brightness on the front of the display. And while the sleep mode allows you to do something similar, the nice thing about this is that you can use this thing at full speed, yet you don't have to have all the lights on. You can dim them completely if you want to and still use the air purifier to its maximum potential. And let's not forget one of the best features, Siri control.
Hey, turn off the air purifier.
Done.
Hey, turn on the air purifier.
Done.
Hey, set air purifier to 100%.
Okay.
Hey, set air purifier to level 3.
Did you want to change the rotation speed to 25?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, set air purifier to 75%.
Okay.
So the Siri controls aren't what I would call the most intuitive. For instance, if I just want to say change to level 3, it won't do that. It actually wants a percentage. So that's kind of lame. But other than that, I have to say I really like this air purifier. It works well. It keeps the room smelling fresh, even when you're cooking food that may be like really odorous. And it seems to do an overall good job of keeping the air quality at a high level as well. Now, I am not a particle pollution expert in the least, but I'll say this, in the last 4 years, I've had really bad allergies around this time of year. They haven't completely gone away, but I feel like since I've been using this air purifier, my allergies have been a little bit better, but maybe that has something to do with me staying indoors due to COVID-19. So that could be part of the reason why I'm doing better this year compared to years past. But I don't think there's any question that these filters work. It's just a matter of whether or not you want to drop $400 on an air purifier with HomeKit compatibility. That's really the question. Do you want the convenience that HomeKit adds? As someone steeped into the HomeKit ecosystem, I tend to lean towards yes, it's worth it. But again, there are other air purifiers on the market that do a great job of filtering your air, and you can usually get those for significantly cheaper. But that's my initial thoughts on the PureFlow from VOCOlinc. I really love this thing. I think it's great. I love the HomeKit capability. It is pricey, but it's not so pricey that I wouldn't recommend it to HomeKit fans. Thanks for watching our hands-on video. If you want a full in-depth review, let me know down below in the comment section, and just let me know what you think about the PureFlow in general down below. This is Jeff with the 9 to 5 Mac.